everyone. Hey, Lisa. She's a new member. Welcome. I just saw your text about where's the join button, and I needed to go live because I was late, and I was going to tell you the link is in the description. Anyways, let me see who's all in here. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate that. Cheryl, Lovable Rogue, Very Mary, Lisa, of course, Blue West, Katie F, Debbie, Light Feather, Alex V, Jean. How are you all doing? And Lisa, I sent verbal constipation a text message checking on him. I just sent it, so he's not replied yet. Verbal, if you're listening, we are paging you. We're worried about you. Red Rum, good morning. Cement Shoes, good morning. Let me find the live chat on my phone here. I can't stand this top chat stuff. Red Rum, you know about this case. You want a link? Chrissy Lee, good morning. Little Kelly, good morning. Faithful One, Leave It to Bieber, Mel Mel. Hey. Does everyone have the same emoji? Because, I uploaded the one that had the coffee cup emoji for members. And then I uploaded the one that's got like the crown on the head. And that was supposed to be for members after they've been a member for like a month. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, y'all, but I tried. I'm just hoping that both levels of the membership has an emoji, because I can't remember who joins what. But anyways, I thought we would talk about Cheryl Coker. She had been missing since October 2018. And her remains were found over the weekend by a man hunting dryland fish or mushrooms. Yeah, and what is so weird about it, it was just Cheryl's birthday. And I think she turned 48, if I'm not mistaken. And she was 46 at the time of her disappearance. Red Ram Media, you followed this case. You want a link? Because I found an article, because I have followed this case a little bit, but I don't know it inside and out like Red Ram Media, aka Katie, or Sarah Deputy, because they have followed it. That's up there in their area. I know a little bit about it. But I found an article. Let me pull it up here. And it says Cheryl Coker timeline, how police got to naming the husband as a suspect. And I thought this would be good to go over, just to give people a little bit more information about the case that's really not followed it that closely. I'm driving, but sure, I have a few minutes. Okay. Let me get back in my StreamYard screen here. Let me paste the link. And I saw some of the husband's interviews and stuff. I'm giving them the side eye. I think Sarah Deputy, she done a video yesterday. That's how I found out they found her remains. But she has videos from like a year ago up on her channel, and she seems to think the husband may have did it. Because they were getting Annie P, a lot of mods here. Yeah, I have a lot of mods. A lot of my mods has been around. They've been around forever. Sometimes other people, they come in the chat every day, and for a long time, I'll give them a wrench. Where did this happen at? This happened up in Ohio. Oh, there's Red Ram. She's got her camera off. Hey, girl.
The Hot Mess Express is rolling in, so I just figured I'd say hi.
You look cute.
Oh, thanks. I literally had to run to go get some medication. I got out of bed and headed for the door. So,
Hey, well, be safe driving and talking, okay?
oh, I am. You're on a little stand thing. We're good.
Okay. Okay. So, exactly where did Cheryl Coker disappear from? What town is she from?
Riverside in Ohio.
Riverside. And she disappeared October 2nd, 2018. So, is Riverside in Dayton?
It's near Dayton. It's like so it's in Montgomery County, I think. I'd have to double check. I'm actually from that area, and Montgomery County is really big. And I'm pretty sure that the only reason I'm even questioning myself is because I was listening to Serendipity for a few minutes yesterday, because I knew she actually knew her and knew the family and stuff. And she said that they had their search stayed in Montgomery County and they had never even searched there. But I'm pretty sure she was found in Riverside. She was found on private property. I do know that. And how you said it's super interesting that it was her birthday on Friday and she was found on Saturday. She was found on Saturday by a property owner on just random personal property.
Yeah. Well, I read this morning the guy was mushroom hunting, probably. It's that time of year. But so she says at approximately 7:35 a.m. on October 2nd, 2018, Cheryl's cell phone records show she arrived back home at dropping her daughter off at school. And then from 7:40 to 7:45, she made several Facebook posts. And then from 7:35 to 10:51 a.m., Cheryl's cell phone pings at her house. So she takes her kid to school and comes back home, and then she just disappears. Is that what went down, Katie?
Yeah, I think so. What kind of happened after that was really sketchy, and I honestly haven't looked into it very much. The first time I covered it I just looked yesterday. It was March of last year, and I went through and was deleting and doing a bunch of stuff with my videos just last week, and I came across it, and I started looking at it again, wondering if she'd be found. I know that there's an incident that plays into this scenario because she filed for divorce the same week, or it was pretty much the same week that all of this happened, or within a week. And the same day that, if I understand correctly, the same day that she filed for divorce, he also ran her off the side of the road, or tried to run her off the side of the road. And then this happens. So I don't know exactly how close they are to the activities to one another, and if we have the days correct on all of that. But she all of a sudden, just even though she was dealing with him and him being ridiculous, she goes back home to the home that they're sharing, and then just seemingly vanishes. And her car, I know I read the article that you're talking about. I know the biggest details on how I think they found them are next, and with the car, and what happened in between there is a question mark.
Right. I found this article and I was like, oh, that would be great to discuss, because then we could go over the exact timeline.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering if he has any connection. Her husband's name is Bill.
Yes.
So what do you think about Bill?
Oh, he's a piece of work. He has been, like I said, he's been the only person that's named a suspect the whole time. He refuses to really be any sort of help. They had 2 children together. They had 2 girls. The one girl is old enough to live on her own and has her own child now. And the other one is with Bill still. And it reminds me a lot of, did you ever follow the Missy Beavers case?
A little bit.
So it reminds me of that, except obviously with Missy, she was found deceased and she wasn't missing for some period of time. But it's like the dad just kind of plays, okay, well, I'm going to put this to the side and I want to make sure my girls are okay. And I don't really care what happened to my ex or whatever. And I know it was a contentious divorce. Like there was a protective order that was a part of the divorce. My aunt does law, and she's paralegal in the area of actually where all of this went down. And she told me that it is very common for something like that to happen, especially if there were issues. But there's no telling. I mean, I have some of the court documents that I had gotten last year, and just everything about him. He tries to be smooth, and he's just not. And how he thought that he might be able to get away with this, like they have him. When you read that thing, like him and Kroger, he tells on himself. Like he's just that guy who thought that he reminds me of a certain YouTuber I know. They think that they're too smooth and too cool and they're going to get away with everything. Yet one day it's all going to explode in their face. And I think he's about to meet his reckoning here.
Karma's a bitch.
It is. That is true. That's one thing I believe in. It might not happen now. But revenge is a dish served best cold. And a lot of times karma gives that dish. So he thought he could just go on with his life and keep everything that they had. And she would just, stay missing. I'd be curious to see what his connections are to that property, that private property. I want to know. I'm going to look into that today. It's not far from where she went missing.
Right. Well, I saw a video of someone walking from the car where her car was found parked at. Mm-hmm. And it kind of resembles him.
It's him. What they said is,
go ahead.
They come out and said, oh, I'm sorry. I'm going in and out of Wi-Fi here. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
They said that they saw a man drive. They saw someone pull up in her vehicle and they parked at Kroger. They get out of Kroger and they're walking behind all of this. They're walking behind Kroger. I don't know if they went into Kroger and out of Kroger that time. They did another time. But then they ended up walking like behind Kroger. They're caught on video. And I think that's the one you're talking about. And then he was also caught on 4 different cameras at a local school. I think it was their local middle school, going into the direction of their house. And then after that, that all happened in the morning. And then at about 8:10 p.m., he goes back to that Kroger and he's wearing, I think, the exact same outfit that he had, the dark clothing and everything. He's wearing like the exact same thing. And they can see a visible wound on his face. And that has become one of the center key pieces of this whole situation. Like, did you really think that there weren't going to be cameras? And then you went back to the scene of where you left her vehicle? He's an idiot.
Right. Right. And I'm wondering, when she went, how long was it before she was reported missing? Was she reported missing that same day?
I think it was within 24 to 48 hours. I mean, it was very shortly, and I don't think it was by him. She didn't show up for something. If I remember correctly, I'm about to be at home now.
I lost her.
So,
okay, I got you back. I lost you for a second. Can you hear me?
Did I lose you?
Can you hear me? I don't think she can hear me. Oh, I lost you, Katie. If you want the link again, I'll put it back up. I was getting ready to ask you. I'm sure police went and talked to him right after she went missing. I'm wondering if they photographed his face, if he had a wound on his face. I put the link back in if you want to come back up. If you can, I understand, if you're trying to do something out and about, home, trying to carry in groceries, whatever, I understand. I'll try to come back. I'll try to find my documents on there too. I just got home. Okay, we'll get situated and you can come back up. And while I'm waiting on you, we'll go over this timeline of events so we'll know exactly what went down. Okay, I'm going to read this. Katie just tagged my name so it highlights when you want to come back up, and I'll post the link again. I posted it in there anyway, so. Okay. So the case into the disappearance of Cheryl Coker, 46, is now being investigated as a homicide, Riverside police said. Cheryl's husband, William Bill Coker, has been named as the suspect in the case. Riverside police released a timeline of the events that led to them naming Bill Coker as a suspect in the case. October 2nd, 2018, the date of Cheryl's disappearance. Approximately 7:35 a.m., Cheryl's cell phone records show she arrived back home after dropping off her daughter at school. From 7:40 to 7:45 a.m., Cheryl makes several Facebook posts. From 7:35 to 10:51 a.m., Cheryl's cell phone pings at her house. Around 10:52 a.m., Cheryl's cell phone pings near Kroger at 700 Spinning Road. At approximately 10:52 a.m., Cheryl's Toyota Highlander enters surveillance video in the parking lot of Kroger and is parked on the east part of the parking lot closer to Clancy's Tavern. A person dressed in all black who appears to have a hood pulled up exits Cheryl's vehicle and walks north in the parking lot towards Burkhart Road. At 10:53 a.m., the person dressed in all black is seen walking. At approximately 11:13 a.m., a 911 caller calls dispatch. A 911 caller reports a suspicious white male dressed in all black with his hood pulled up walking in the neighborhood a short distance from the Coker residence. The 911 caller first sees the white male near Utopia Place at Mundy Court. The 911 caller circles the block because he fears the white male is up to something. The 911 caller sees the suspicious man a second time walking up Spring Garden Place at Christie Avenue towards the back of Spinning Hills Middle School. The 911 caller states the man used his hands to conceal his face. God almighty, what a dumb criminal. A second witness, whose name and information is being held by police, reports seeing the man on Spring Garden Place at Christie Avenue. The second witness sees the man walking towards the back of Spinning Hills Middle School. Second witness reports how odd it was that the man was dressed for cold weather despite unseasonably high temperatures on October 2nd. The second witness gives nearly the same description the 911 caller gave to dispatch. And I don't believe in coincidences, do y'all? At approximately 11:09 to 11:10 a.m., the suspicious male is seen on 4 different exterior cameras at Spinning Hills Middle School. All 4 videos show the man walking towards the Coker residence. I'll look at the chat in just a second, yeah. At approximately 8:08 p.m., another video from inside the Kroger shows Bill Coker enter the grocery store wearing all dark clothing, a black polo shirt, dark colored shorts, and dark colored shoes. The video also shows a visible injury above Bill Coker's left elbow. Oh, so it was an injury on his elbow, not face. Okay. At approximately 8:11 p.m., Bill Coker makes a purchase at the Kroger and exits the business. So this suspicious man dressed in all black is caught on camera, and then here mysteriously Bill Coker goes into the grocery store, and he's wearing the same clothes as this suspicious male. Gene says the little old man that called 911 to report this guy seemed pretty spooked by him. Well, it must have been unusual, to see someone walking around like that in their neighborhood, especially, with a hoodie on when it's not cold outside. Pulled up over your head. Plus, the man tries to conceal his face. Let me go pull up another article here. I'd like to find something about, their relationship. Maybe Red Rum will come back up in a second. Let me go look at People magazine, because I'm pretty sure they were married for a long time, right? And he started having an affair. And, of course, it devastated her. But I believe that's why they were getting a divorce. I just wanted to find something about it. I seen People magazine had something in it. Because I have done a video on her before, and I'm pretty sure I've read that. I also think I remember seeing some pictures of them on vacation. Let me just skim this article here. They were swingers and just got back from vacation with a chick. No, Jean, really? Are you serious? Oh, no. I can't see her as being that, a swinger. Hey, each their own, I guess. I have heard of people being swingers, and they'll bring someone into the relationship, and guess what? The person will end up leaving their spouse for the new person. And, okay, Jane says they were swingers and just got back from vacay with the chick. That broke the rules they had with the swinging. He even took the youngest girl on vacation with the other woman. Okay, so I'm glad that you typed that in, because I remember seeing something about him taking one of their daughters on vacation with his girlfriend. So I'm hoping they'll be able to determine how she died. If she was shot or something, they should be able to determine that. I hope. I never heard of the swingers thing. Okay. So it says Charles' case was reclassified as a homicide investigation on February 2019. At the time, Riverside police identified Charles' husband of 19 years, William Bill Coker, as a suspect after investigators uncovered evidence that may prove she vanished under suspicious circumstances. And he says, "I never in my entire life hurt anyone," Bill told Dayton TV station WHIO shortly after police named him as a suspect. She was behaving in some risky behavior right before she disappeared, and I haven't really been willing to put that out there. Well, you put it out there, didn't you? Someone here not able to defend herself. Okay, let's do the screen share. And here's this picture of them on vacation. Ah, crap. Okay, so this is, the picture says, I think it says May 23rd, 2009. I'm pretty sure it says 23rd and not 25th. May 23rd, 2009. Well, he's not a looker, is he? Goodness gracious. Mr. Clean. That's the Mr. Clean man. I don't know who'd want to have an affair with him. I can't believe he hasn't been arrested yet. Seems like I saw an interview too, Jean. Maybe her daughters, the kids, was giving an interview. That may have been a different case, though. That may have been the case where the woman was killed inside of the church. She was there doing like an exercise class. But I saw somebody's daughters defending their dad. I thought it was the Coker man's daughters, but maybe not. Angel, Mac, I watched one of your videos yesterday. As soon as I started watching, I was like, I'm going to like this guy. Because he's like down to earth and you're funny. So y'all, oh gosh, Very Mary, did I just erase your message, girl? Angel says, a lot of video evidence in this, I say. Yeah, maybe we could find one of his interviews and listen to. Angel CC, they were in swinging life, but he crossed boundaries by vacation with one of the women. Angel, that's just what Jean got through saying earlier in the chat. I am so shocked by that. Like, I just can't imagine wanting to swing, y'all. Like, I'm kind of a conservative person anyways. I got to get some coffee, y'all. I'll be right back. To warm my coffee up. Okay. So, like, I'm so shocked by this swinging stuff, but you know what? Each their own, if that's what they like to do. I'm not judging them for it. But looks like he must have fell in love with ever who they brought into their relationship. KDF, she says, what did you say about swingers? Jean and Angel were saying that Cheryl Coker and her husband Bill were. I had never heard that. I'm going to see if I can scroll and see if it says anything. Okay, days before she disappeared, Cheryl had filed for divorce from Bill, seeking spousal support and custody of their daughter. So I had that case confused with another when I was saying that I saw the daughters defending their father. No, that is the case of the woman that was killed inside of the church. She was there to teach like some kind of exercise class. I think it was inside the church. But anyways, I had those two cases confused. There's a lot of swingers. They usually don't advertise it. Hey, I met a swinging couple one time. Yeah, at a bar. Like that man, he was like the owner of the bar. I was in there with Mark. I think he went to the bathroom. Anyways, that guy come over. He's like being all nice. Gave me a drink, making small talk. His woman was in there. She was coming over there being all nice. She was a pretty woman and stuff. And then when Mark came out of the bathroom, of course, after they spoke to him for me, they got up and left. And he told me they was swingers. So I know what they was up to. Ew, ew, ew. Honey, I don't swing that way. Light feather, I swear, CC, this what I'm texting. I'm just going to have my coffee and sit back. KDS swinging freaks meet slick out. Yeah. Well, Joe Exotic was a swinger. Well, polygamous. Speaking of him, me and KDS going to do another stream about disappearance of Don Lewis. We're going to analyze the interview that Kenneth Farr's ex-wife did with Ripper Jack Gaming. We're going to discuss that. Okay. So I was hoping that this would say something about their relationship a little bit. That's why I need somebody up here that knows this. She's a beautiful woman. I'm wondering if she agreed, if this is true about the swinging. Let's say allegedly they were swingers, okay? But I'm just wondering if she did that to try to satisfy him, because that's something that he wanted to do. I'm glad my son's got his bedroom door shut. I don't want him to hear me talking about swingers. Jesus. I'm much too attached and probably too jealous to ever be a swinger. Luckily, Kenny is a nice, sweet guy, so it's never came up. Angel, Thank you for the super chat, Angel. Girl, you're so much like me. Love it. Thank you, Angel. We all of us in here, we kind of think alike because we all kind of got common sense. Some people don't have common sense. I'm not too good at pronouncing words and, explaining things sometimes, but I have a lot of common sense. So we all do. I got a great chat. I love y'all. Y'all are awesome. Oh, y'all check out Leave It to Beaver. She's doing true crime now, uploading. And check out Mac's videos. Hey, he's funny. He's cute too. Mac, you're cute. Chrissy, I will never forget when I was 22, I was in a relationship. We went to an arcade one night. The next day went to CVS, and the cashier told me she and her husband saw me and wanted to be with him. Oh my God, Chrissy. I would have been so embarrassed. So embarrassed. Oh, thank you, Mac. You're pretty cool. You're laid back, my kind of people. So I was trying to find something talking about their daggone relationship. I think right here I may have found it. And I think I actually did a video and read this article back in January. Speaking of doing videos, I'm going to have to get back into doing like some of my little update voiceover videos. I miss it, but I've just not had time lately. I'm constantly busy around here. Okay, so this article from January, it says unsolved disappearance of Ohio mom Cheryl Coker started with the discovery of her abandoned car. Scroll, God bless it. Okay, let's see what this says. Cheryl Coker was never without her phone. Bubbly and quick to laugh, the mother and grandmother was always checking in with family and friends, who described her as an open book, so much so that her closest pals knew all about the reoccurring struggles in her marriage. When Cheryl told them she and her husband Bill, whom she married in 1998, had become swingers, engaging in sex with others outside their marriage, her friends didn't judge her. Well, y'all was right. They were swingers. How did I not remember this? I'm pretty sure I did a video on this. Okay, but in the summer 2018, Cheryl told them Bill had a girlfriend he was refusing to drop. She didn't want a divorce, Cheryl told them. He wanted to keep up appearances until their youngest daughter finished high school, she told them. Cheryl filed for divorce anyways on September 21st, 2018, and 11 days later on October 2nd, the day after police said Bill returned from a trip to Florida accompanied by their youngest daughter and the woman he'd been seeing, Cheryl appeared to vanish. Oh, yeah, and People Magazine Investigates did on the Discovery Channel. They did an episode about this. Okay. A Find My Phone app tracked Cheryl's cell phone to her locked car, which was found later that day in a strip mall parking lot less than a mile from the home she and Bill still shared. There was a lot of personal items inside her SUV. Detective Travis Abney tells People Magazine, we found her purse, her credit cards. That's not normal. No one is going to leave their ID, their money, their credit cards, their cell phone, especially. Police have since labeled the case as a homicide and identified Bill as a suspect, but with insufficient evidence to warrant an arrest. He has not been charged. Thinking back on Cheryl's missing items, including the 46-year-old's phone, Detective Apney says, it started becoming more and more bizarre to me at that point. I'm going to have to go on the ID channel on demand and see if I can find that episode of People Magazine Investigates. Let's see what the name of the show. He didn't say what the title of the show is. Angel says, and of course, mushroom hunters found her. Those mushroom hunters should always be in search parties when someone is missing. Yes, Angel. My brothers, my uncles, and stuff, they always hunt dry land fish. Y'all ever heard dry land fish? Some people just call them mushrooms. And sometimes they go miles and miles back in the mountains to find them. These big fancy restaurants, they'll buy dry land fish off these mushroom hunters, sell it in their restaurants, expensive. And someone else that would be good in search parties is the ginseng hunters, because they walk a lot back in the mountains and stuff, and they're very observant. Dryland fish is actually good, those mushrooms. You soak them. I don't know how to fix them. My mom and granny does, but I do know you soak them in like salt water, I believe. Maybe just regular water, then like roll them in like flour, cornmeal, something, fry them. Southern Mom in the house. Hey, girl. How's your rabbits? I've been meaning to ask you, did you ever find out whose baby calf that was that came to your house? She tried to help, then it got away from her. Cece, did you say ginseng? Yeah. I probably don't pronounce it right, but that's how we say it here. Yeah, ginseng is high dollar. It's a root. It's a flower, and you dig up the root. It's got like berries on the plant, but when you dig ginseng, you're supposed to take time to put the berries in the ground, so more can come up. It's very expensive. The lady that owns the Chinese restaurant out in town, you can take your ginseng in there during ginseng season, sell it to her. She loves it because they make tea and medicine and everything out of it. Mac Win sounds yummy. Dryland fish is pretty good, Mac. It really is. Ginseng, is that a herb? Yeah. Yeah, it's a plant, and it's the root of the plant. Ginseng plant. Google it real quick. I can Google it and show it to you. It grows all in these mountains here in the Appalachian Mountains, and all over here in Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia. I was trying to think of that show that they used to have on TV. It's a reality show about the ginseng hunters. Hey, this stuff is high dollar, y'all. This stuff's worth a lot of money. You can only harvest it a certain time of year. Okay. Let me pull up a good image for y'all. Get to my screen share. Yeah, you can make medicine out of this. That's what a ginseng plant is. Let's see if we get it. Okay. So here is what is valuable about the plant. Well, crap. It's the root is what is valuable. I X'd out of it. Jesus mercy. You can tell I'm not expert. You try to scroll so that I can move the picture, and it just like tries to reload it. It's really weird. There we go. Yeah. The bigger the root, the older the plant. Now, it takes years and years for these plants to grow and have big roots like that. Yeah. Southern Mom, yes. Shroom tea. I like to have some shroom tea or some peyote tea. Oh, gosh. I'm just kidding. Well, probably not. I probably would like to have some peyote tea. I think they make it tea. I don't know. Okay, let me get X'd out of that. Isn't it supposed to give you energy? Well, I think so. It's got a lot of things that it does for you that's good. Like it's got like heal. I don't know, make you heal good. I don't really know. Let me look up and see what ginseng's good for here. I just know that they put it in medicine. Let me look up ginseng healing properties. Here are 7 evidence-based health benefits of ginseng. Potent antioxidant that may reduce inflammation, may benefit brain function. Oh gosh, here, I hate to read this. Could improve erectile dysfunction. Sorry. May boost the immune system. May have potential benefits against cancer. May fight tiredness and increase energy levels. So you was right, Mac, sorry. It could lower blood sugar too. How long does it take to feel the effects of ginseng? The healthier and more balanced you are, the less you feel an immediate effect. However, if your metabolism of your inner life is out of balance, you will recognize a noticeable effect about 2 to 3 weeks after starting the ginseng treatment. Hey, I need to get me some of that. I can't believe it helps erectile dysfunction. Okay, let me get back to my chat. Lisa, I had no idea. Lightbearer says it keeps your immune system built up. Yeah, it's really good for you. We got something else that people go dig up out of the mountains. I think it's called bloodroot, something like that. I'm not sure what it does. It's not as valuable. What you do if you dig up ginseng, you can't sell it wet. You got to dry the roots out, and then, you take it to a dealer that's licensed. Because if you sell and buy ginseng, you can get in trouble for it if you don't got license and stuff. There's only certain times of the year you're allowed to hunt it. It's only like for like a month or 2. Like during the summer, I think. Katie F., I'm a diabetic, so I'm going to try ginseng for lowering my blood sugar. I had no idea. I wonder what's the best form of it. Well, I know that like at Walmart and like pharmacies like CVS, back there where they got the vitamins, you always see like ginseng pills, like for different stuff. So check that out. KDF, bloodroot. Yeah, it's like a red root. Ginseng kind of looks like the plant, one of them little holly plants to me. Let me look up this bloodroot, see what it says. So bloodroot is a flowering plant native to the eastern part of the United States and Canada. When cut, the root and budding. Well, hold on a minute. It's going to make me click on the whole thing to read it all. When cut, the root and budding rootstock, called the something other, secrete a red fluid that gives the plant its name. During the fall months, the root and rhizome are routinely harvested by herbalists for use in medicine. Bloodroot has long been used by Native Americans to induce vomiting. Well, who wants to vomit? The practice of which is believed to cleanse the body of harmful toxins. Practitioners of I can't talk. Alternative medicine contend that it can also treat a wide array of medical conditions from acne all the way up to cancer. Bloodroot has a long history of use in the quack medicine starting in the 1920s with a health tonic known as Pincard's something other compound. Jesus Christ. The cure-all tonic was seized by the federal authorities in 1931 due to false health claims and potentially deadly toxicities. Gosh. They used to have all kinds of crazy medicines back in the day. Yeah, they used to sell morphine like in a bottle, like in a glass bottle. And I was reading that a lot of the housewives would get addicted to buying that morphine cough syrup and drinking it. Oh, if they had a headache, they would drink it. If they had menstrual cramps, they would drink it. If they was nervous, they would drink it. And they got addicted to it. True story. I watched a documentary about it. Shine on in the house. Hey, girl. Okay, Shine on still got her wrench. I was hoping that she did. Coke was literally in Coke. Now, I've always heard that when Coca-Cola first came out, that it had cocaine in it. But I've also heard that that is a myth. I wonder if that's true or not. Laudanum. Is that the name of that morphine cough syrup, Mac? Yeah, can you believe it? You could walk into like the drugstore and buy like a bottle of morphine cough syrup. If you've ever watched the movie Tombstone, Wyatt Earp's woman, Maddie, was addicted to that stuff. I love that movie, Tombstone. I'm a big Doc Holliday fan. Absolutely true. Yeah. So the cocaine in the Coca-Cola, that's absolutely true. It's what y'all are talking about. What do you do in capsules? Leave it to paper. Ginseng? It's true. They had to redo. Hey, I believe y'all. If y'all say it's true, I always heard that was a myth. Then, but if y'all say it's the truth, I believe you. They gave morphine to kids for gas. Yeah. If kids was sick, they'd give them morphine. Yeah, but I watched this documentary. And it was about, housewives back in the day when you could buy that morphine cough syrup. And they became addicted. Like they was drug addicts even back then. I'll have to find what documentary that was and share it with y'all. That's the kind of stuff I like to watch. I watched a cool one about the brothels back in the Wild West, because they had a lot of brothels. CC kratom is a great natural pain reliever. I use it. It gives you energy also. Yeah, I've heard of kratom. I think I tried kratom once. Cannabis is a great pain reliever too. um, it will be completely legal in Virginia soon. It is decriminalized now, whatever the crap that means. But I do know it's decriminalized. Hey, that's a natural plan. You can't OD on it unless you put something else in it. You know what I mean? I mean, some people don't like it. It makes them paranoid. It never done me that way. It's better than taking some man-made pill, right? KDF, I love cannabis. Me too. Me too. There's nothing wrong with it. Back in the day, old days, I can remember my granny, instead of calling weed or cannabis, marijuana, she'd say people smoking that dope, she'd say. And now when someone says dope, people don't think about, back then they'd say called a weed dope. But now when you say dope, you think about the hard stuff. My granny still calls it dope, so. If booze is legal, pot should be. Yeah, alcohol, man, that is some deadly stuff. It ruins people's lives. One of Mark's good friends that he has had since kindergarten, he is a bad alcoholic. And Mark told me, he's been drinking. We'll just call him D. D has been drinking since he was 11 years old, liquor. And you cannot stand him when he is drunk. He talks all crazy stuff, just out of the blue, and you're like, what in the world are you talking about? I've witnessed him be sitting there and pee on himself. It's sad, and you try to talk to him and just don't listen. It's sad. I just bought a cannabis oil infuser. You like it, Mac? I've tried those pens, the cannabis oil. I'm just, they're okay. I'm just a person. I like a good old joint, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Man, there's people on here on YouTube that live stream smoking weed. That's what their channel's about. I watch a guy that does it all the time. I can't remember his name. Something other, D-Ball, Homegrown, or something like that. Yeah, I'll get on YouTube sometimes and I'll see he'll be on his channel, 4 or 5 people up there smoking. I'm like, what? It's pretty cool. I call it marijuana. Sometimes I call it wacky backy. Nope, I'd rather the devil's lettuce. Oh, that's a great name. The devil's lettuce. Ariana, smoking a J now. I quit drinking for 8 years, she said. Oh, congratulations. I'm a dick, BV, aggressive drunk, so I'm better off without a drink, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, alcohol, it can change a person's personality, It's done me that way before. It's sad. It's sad watching someone drink themselves to death, KDF, I like the edibles, but I ate this chocolate edibles that I had. My leg was hurting real bad. It worked really good. And then the next time, I ate the same brand. The next day, it didn't do as good. Maybe Mark says things that's just in my head, but he don't always know what he's talking about. Yeah, congratulations on quitting drinking. That's quite an accomplishment. Ariana, I like your name. Mary Mary, I used to call it wacky backy. Yeah, I was thinking Carol Baskin was smoking the wacky backy, but I think she's on something a lot stronger than that. She's on like Xanax or Valiums. She looks like someone that would take a V-cup Valium. She just talks. I mean, you can't even hardly hear that woman talk. And she shows no emotions. Always, she's always has the same demeanor. I guess that's how you would say it. I can't keep a lighter shine on. Mine's always burnt out. We'll here soon when I'm here by myself and stuff. We'll do an addiction stream and talk about it, addiction and stuff. I've done one before. It seems like there's a lot of people on YouTube that had addiction problems or still active in addiction or alcohol problems. Just seems like a lot. Very Mary. Oh my God, Carol Baskin. Here, I'm going to do my Carol Baskin impersonation. Don was dumpster diving. He wouldn't give me any money, and I was trying to rescue a bobcat. There's and I did not feed my husband to the tigers. There you go, KDF. Carol Baskin impersonation. She never shows any emotion. Her voice is always like this. When she's talking about her cats, for real, guys, when she's talking about her cats, I love my cats. That's the way she talks. Like, how you cannot tell that she is passionate about her sanctuary or any cats. You can't tell she's passionate about anything. The most emotion I ever saw that woman do on a video, and I have been researching her, watching her videos, was when Joe Exotic was arrested for the murder for hire. She does a video on her channel and announcing it, saying his name, right? Joseph Passage Maldonado. I mean, she says his whole freaking name instead of just Joe Exotic. Like, everybody that's watched her like would have knew who she's talking about, but she's dumb. But anyways, she was so happy in that video. Hey, yeah, KDF, you know what? We need to do a parody of Joe Exotic and I'll be Carol. I'd have to really watch her and see how she words things. I can't even really imitate her right. The only thing I can do right is how low she talks. I just don't like that woman. That rabbit picture really kills me. That bothers me. They was posed with those live, cute rabbits. Some of them had blood on them where their little bunny friends had been slaughtered in front of them and got cast off on them. Smiling. I just don't get that. And that excuse, they were happy their favorite cat was going to get a meal. Well, if you can't afford to feed big cats and buy them a big old thing of beef or whatever, then you don't need them, lady. That's like me. If I can't afford to buy a thing of pellets and hay for my goat, then I don't need her. But of course I can. Freaking idiot. I mean, she didn't show no emotion when she was talking about, when she found out there was a hit on her life or nothing. She didn't act scared or anything. It showed her in that Netflix documentary, pumping gas, looking over her shoulder. And I'm like, what in the hell? Why is she looking over her shoulder now? He's already in freaking jail, prison. But she didn't act like she was scared or anything. I mean, that would have really freaked me out if I found out someone I was arguing with online really wanted to murder me and paid someone money. No, that's something that her and Jeff Lowe set up to get Joe Exotic out of both of their ways. Kill two birds with one stone. You know what I mean? Carol needed him out of the way, because he stood up to her. And Jeff needed him out of the way so he could have complete control of that zoo. I didn't hear any apology for how she's making her husband look like a Subway either. No, she don't care. She didn't even have a memorial service for Dawn. That ought to tell people how she is. This was a man she was married to for a number of years. She wouldn't hardly have anything if it wasn't for him. She inherited almost everything he had. They don't know exactly how much he had. I think it was somewhere like, I don't know, 5 to 10 million, something like that. But today she's worth 13 million. Guys, she makes a fortune off of Facebook, off of YouTube and stuff, and donations and stuff. And her sanctuary sucks. And for as much money as that woman has, those cats should have top of the line enclosures. And I don't know why they have to stick their head through this little cage thing to eat. That is the stupidest thing. She is so ignorant. She has no idea what she's doing. She just likes owning big cats. I know she's had them for years. She probably knows a little bit about them. But their enclosures suck. I can't believe it. I'm just so shocked. All the money she's got in donations. And those cats got the crappiest stuff. Go take a virtual tour of it. Big Cat Daily uploads, and then they got Big Cat Rescue channel. Then you got the Carol Baskin channel. Look at it. It's crappy, guys. And her worth millions. Yeah, she's very wealthy. Bye, Southern Mom. Be safe. Be safe, girl. You don't need to read the chat while you're driving. Katie, if sister, you have fired me up. I wanted to come up on to talk now. Oh, girl, I've got to jump off here, actually, get some things done. Let's see, how long have I been on? Let me exit out. I'll find. I might have some time. You can come up. Let me go back and look. I got a minute if you want to come up. Shana, I gotta go. It's like 1:30 a.m. when I'm falling asleep. Y'all stay safe and well. Bye, girl. Prayers. It's good to see you, by the way. I don't see you much anymore. I got a cough. I've been on an hour. Well, I still got a minute if you want to come up. I usually just try to stay on an hour, but if you want to talk, you can come up. Oh, thank you, Mac. Thank you. Thank you for joining our chat. Y'all check out Mac's channel. Mac Quinn. God, I hate you can't punch on people's names no more. Katie F, you gonna come up? Just tipped you on paper. Oh, Ariana, thank you. Thank you so much. I use my hubby's PayPal, but he always tells me, I'll get him to check. So if you wrote a message or anything, he will tell me. And thank you so much.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hey. Yeah, I heard that somebody had that old Carol Baskins up here talking about me, and I wanted to tell you that Carol is the reason I'm up here in this prison. She got her time coming too. Oh my gosh.
Calm down, Joe. Calm down, Joe. I can't deal with you right now. I'm going to rescue a bobcat, but I'm really going to go buy it from an auction and then tell all my viewers I rescued it so I can get donations.
Well, I'm here to tell you, I know that you bought some of the cats I had, and when I find those cats, I would put a bullet between your eyes before I let you keep those cats. Do you hear me, Carol Baskins?
I hear you, Joe. I don't even know what she would say.
I know, it's crazy. Oh, she kills me. Oh my gosh, she wears me out. I was listening to her yesterday going, how does she I really want, how does she have, what is it, 4,000 subs? Are they all people like us that are going, is she really reading this diary live and proving to us she murdered her husband? I mean, what's going on here? I wonder if before the Netflix documentary, if she had more than 100 people, watching her. I would love to know what her sub count was before, because I can't believe it. It blows my mind.
Yeah, she doesn't have that many people on her regular Carol Baskin channel. Nobody wants to hear those stupid diary entries. The only reason I listen to them, see what she's going to say about Dawn. And like I said, most of the time I just read the description unless I want to try to read her face, which you can't because it's always the same look.
It is that same, it's a weird look in her eyes that just,
she takes some kind of medicine. I'm going to tell you, someone is, a recovering addict, clean 7 years, but her eyes, her pupils, she takes some kind of medicine, and it's not pot. At first, I thought it was pot, so I got to looking at her pupils, and pills just do something different to your eyes than weed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Pot kind of gives you like the chinch eye, you know what I mean? How they say, like, it chinch down, squeezed up.
Exactly. It's more, the pot to me is more, it's a relaxed and kind of inducing, I see kind of a happy love look. I don't know if that makes sense. Hers are nothing. It's a glassy, kind of dead eye look. I think she's a Xanax chick. That's what I think's going on. She pops some Xanax like there is no tomorrow when she gets on there. I'm just guessing. Could be wrong, but that's what it reminds me of. Somebody that's really high on Xanax. I don't know how she stays awake. I'd be asleep.
What is she doing? Posting these videos talking about how cheap Dawn is. Like every day she almost talks about Dawn in them. Sometimes she don't.
Well, and it just makes her look more guilty. I guess I don't understand. How does she not know that if you're talking about a man who disappeared, was never found, and then you had him declared dead and took his inheritance, didn't give a drop to his family, how does she not think, if she comes on talking bad about him, that the world's not going to think, oh, poor Carol? They're going to think, she's up here talking about the guy who disappeared. She did it. I don't understand that thinking. I can't figure. Wouldn't you not want to talk about it or talk about him in a good way?
I think this is what Carol thinks. She kind of reads it, and when she says things about him dumpster diving and stuff, if you watch her, she'll kind of giggle and kind of try to smile. And she's wanting to come off as, hey, I'm saying these things about him, but I'm saying it in a nice way. But it really comes off to me, hey, you're giving police the motive.
Right. I think it's fake. It reminds me of her response to Joe going to prison. She would giggle about it. She and not Harold didn't giggle. He would respond about it. She would laugh when she would say things. It was weird. Like, if you're so scared, why are you laughing? And why aren't you not giggly happy about him being in jail? Explain the relief you feel that no one's going to be trying to murder you now. Like a normal person. You'd be scared and then you'd be relieved. And you may feel a little guilty about that he's in jail, but it saved your life, if that's really what you believed. She doesn't do that at all. Nothing. It's just deadness and laughter.
Yeah.
It is a creepy mix.
Yeah. And even when she laughs, like when some people, they're really laughing, like you can tell it's genuine. Nothing's genuine
Yeah.
with this woman.
No, it's not even real laughter. And when he sings to Harold sings to her, her reaction, oh, it's weird. It's like
Yeah.
oh, how sweet, fake version. And then, oh, stop doing that together. I
Yeah.
think in real life, she hates it, but she wanted to act like she thought it was sweet.
I thought it was sweet.
I can, yeah. No, what he did is sweet. I think
Mm-hmm.
she doesn't think it is.
Right.
She's fake. And the
Right.
whole time I was going, just don't come on here. Because if you think that we can't read through you, you are more delusional than we think you are. I mean, I can't figure it out how she could watch herself and think what she's saying looks realistic to us. It's ridiculous.
She's a
Oh, she
narcissist.
kills me. Oh my gosh. Well, I actually was talking to Mac about her yesterday, and I think she's a straight up sociopath. Now, she may have narcissistic tendencies. He hates that word. We talked. He's a 30. He's a retired. He was 30 years a therapist. He doesn't
Right.
like people to know that, but I'm going to tell you because I asked his opinion on some things, and he's very
Right.
cool about it. And the sociopath to both of us was like, yeah, and that would make sense why she drugs herself with Xanax, and then you can't read anything because she has nothing in there. She's empty. She has no feelings. There's nothing in her that feels bad when someone is hurt because all she sees, most of the sociopaths, it's all about money. If you look at it, it's money or something they're trying to gain. That's what they care about. And that's what she wants, stuff and money.
Can you
And it
see
makes,
the comment highlighted?
what do you say? It's a pseudo. Yeah. He tried to explain that to me.
Yeah.
And I'm sort of clueless. But as I understand it, Mac, I'm going to
He
try
said fake
here.
good. After that, he said fake good.
Okay.
She chose the fake good.
He said I remember talking about the relationship between Carol and Harold when he was watching them. Was that word that he used, which I don't know, but fake good, where it's like what we're talking about, where it's pretend like they're so in love and things are great, and really behind the scenes it's very contentious. That's what, and that's what I think. I don't think it's real. Now, behind the scenes, Harold may still love her, but she doesn't at all have feelings. In fact, I think she probably can't stand him because I think she mostly can't stand anyone because people are a thing to her. That's all we are. We're a thing that she has to get past to get what she wants. And I think that's why she's so weird to read. She's so dead, literally. Inside, she has nothing. We're just, we're literally a thing for her to move, like a chess piece.
What'd you
to
say?
Move to get to her next.
A psychopath?
Do me?
You and Mac, you said you thought Carol.
I think she's a straight up sociopath.
Sociopath.
That's what I think. Because if she's a psychopath, then she wouldn't think through getting caught with the things she does. She does. Like her husband disappearing. And the way she went through, she pretty quickly, not real quickly, but she reported it, but wasn't worried because he was on this airplane. I mean, she thought through how she could make it look realistic. She didn't just go, kill him and not care what's going to happen. As a psychopath, they just go out and do their thing, and
you're
the present doesn't matter.
Okay, now I can hear you. Now I can hear you.
It's probably my stupid earbuds. Sorry.
Okay.
But like the difference of psychopath is more, they don't really care if they get caught. He's keeping his word.
It's a little bit it's robot.
that still doing it?
Let me
Let's
see.
see.
I don't know why
Am I
that does
still
that on here. It's
am I
crazy.
still roboting?
No, no, no. You're not now. You're not now. You're
I'll
good
stay
now.
right in this position and see if it helps. I don't know. I
You're
was just
good
saying
now.
that,
So
like a
you
go ahead.
watched you watched the Ripper Jack gaming interview with Don Lewis's right hand man's ex, Kenny Farr's ex, Patricia Farr. What did you think about?
Right. Um, I I had mixed feelings about it. When I was watching her and listening, the words she says are believable, but the way she says it for me, I hate to say it, but I felt like it was revenge. And for me, if you're the way you're saying what you're saying sounds revengeful, I have a hard time fully believing it, if that makes sense.
Right.
I
Yeah.
I've come weirdly in the last 2 years. If I would have watched it probably 2 years ago, I would have probably believed her more and thought every word she said is true. But I've come in contact through the internet and YouTube in itself with people like her that were not truthful and that were revenge filled. And she reminded me of a particular woman that I've seen numerous YouTube videos that she's done,
Uh-huh.
and I know she is a liar. So it reminded me of her, the way she speaks, the way she explains things. So I, you know, I think it's obviously we know it's true that Dawn was murdered. I
Right.
think there's a good chance Kenny did know and was involved, but some of the stuff I don't know. The meat grinder deal, I I have a hard time believing that because wouldn't Carol be worried because of her being a sociopath? At first, I thought the meat grinders sound realistic, but to
Right.
me, it seems more realistic if they murdered the guy to just cut up his body parts and throw him in there, let the lions eat him, because the meat grinder is another level of leaving DNA. And I don't think Carol's stupid enough to do
Yeah.
that because I really think she's a sociopath. If she was a psychopath, I'd be like, oh, yeah, that's true. There's no
Well,
way.
I got
She
to
would use it.
thinking, like, I believed her story about being abused. Yeah, I can believe that. But then I got to thinking, if this man was that violent and you was that scared of him, aren't you scared now given the interview? Even though you've been divorced for a long time, but if he really did murder Dawn, he may do something to her.
Right. Yeah, I had a real hard time with that too. And the interviewer was asking questions. I got the feeling, honestly, I don't think he fully believed her. I, I felt like he was and maybe it's just a lack of experience. It could be just that, but I felt like he was struggling for what to say,
It blew his
and I
mind. It blew his mind
okay,
when she said that about the meat grinder. That's the way I took it. Now everybody interprets stuff because he was like, you know what I mean? He was like,
yeah,
I need a minute, and I think it tore him up. That's the way I took it. But I mean, he, it could have been what you
he
said.
no, you're it could be I felt I just when I was watching it with her, it's hard to it's her nonverbal things that she when she's saying it and how with the tone of her voice and the way
Hmm.
she phrases, I felt like she's getting revenge on this Kenny, and so it made for me her less credible. and it, like you're saying, if she was that scared of him, why would she wait that long? And if
Right.
she really believed this, I know she's scared of him, but if you call the police or you go show up, and she said he started locking her up. Well, if you called the police and the area was locked up and they need to get in, they're
Right.
going to get in. So I have a hard time with it. And it wasn't that he immediately locked her up. So she said, and honestly, I didn't believe the locking
I
up.
didn't even hear
I felt
that
like
part.
that's yeah, she said he kept her in their residence and like locked their gate or something and
Oh,
wouldn't let her drive and took her keys and stuff. The thing is, I didn't believe that.
right.
If it's true, I feel bad for thinking it's the way she said things. It's kind of like I felt like she was trying to get ahead and say, here's why I didn't go report it.
Right.
Instead of, I mean, you can use a phone. So I had a hard time with that. Um, I wish I could say I believed it. I don't.
Right.
Now he might have said that he killed Dawn,
Yeah.
and
Just
I
trying to
don't believe the
scare her.
meat grind.
Just trying to scare her.
Yeah,
Maybe,
I don't
maybe,
believe the meat grinder deal though with her.
yeah. I'm gonna have to go back and watch because a lot of times I'm bad to just listen and not really look at the video. For some reason, I
Right.
was kind of believing her. Maybe it's I want to believe her so
Well,
bad.
yeah, me too. I wanted to, but I just there were times when if I could if I wish I had it right here to show you, like when she would say this, I would listen. All I had on those parts, because I got to where I was looking, then I would close my eyes and listen, because if I could focus on her tone, and I would go, yeah, that tone is one I know of being a revengeful person, that
Right.
I've dealt with these kind of people, not personally to me, but
Yeah.
people I know. These people have made videos in the past and whatever, and I
Right.
thought, mm, that sounds an awful lot like this situation. And that's where I went. And I watched both parts. And I would, like I said, some of it I would back up a little bit. And then I would play that again and close my eyes and not look at her and listen. And
Mhm.
that it really, I went, yeah, I think she's lying.
Well, that's
I
why
don't
I like to
believe
get
that.
everybody else's opinion because everybody sees stuff differently. Now
Right.
I have to go back and pay really close attention. I did believe the domestic violence stuff, though. I mean, I felt like she was
Yeah.
telling the truth about that. Now, I it did go through my head, maybe she's trying to get revenge. And it went through my head, if he was this violent and you really thought he killed Don and ground his body up, aren't you afraid to do this interview?
Yeah. And then she said she wasn't worried because of her dad having guns or something and her having him. But what was weird about that, the next thing, she said her dad died 9 years ago. So that really confused me, because she used your dad like he would defend her. But then she said that, and I was like, didn't you
Yeah,
just say your dad would do that? It was just a lot of, and maybe she just meant her dad before he died, but then that doesn't help her now. So I don't know. That was weird too. But about the interviewing, I don't care how many guns you have and what a good shot you are. If that guy was legit enough to of a murderer to kill Don, grind him up, feed him to the tigers, keep you locked up, unable to get out and communicate what happened, wouldn't you be scared to get on here now? I mean, really. Because
yeah,
if he's that shady, he's going to be able to find a way to get to you. I don't care what gun you have. When you're sleeping, something, he's going
right.
to get in. You're at the store, you're not aware of your surroundings. I, yeah, I just thought, no.
Yeah,
I don't
and he
think so.
don't. You know what? He could break in her house, put cyanide in something. I mean, that gun don't make her safe.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Or put something in her mailbox. She
yeah,
opens her mailbox up and I don't know. I was trying to
yeah,
think of, I mean, something to scare her, like some kind of bunch of firecrackers and freak her out and burn her. I mean, just weird stuff that normal people don't do. But if he's that legitimately a psycho that was able to cover up this murder, yeah, I think he
yeah,
could get to you. Yeah,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
I had a
That'll
real
make
hard
sense.
time with all that. No, no,
Yeah,
no, no.
I got a
And
feeling
I
nothing may
really,
become of Dawn's disappearance. Like no charges.
I don't think they'll ever find anything. Unfortunately, it's sad.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think his poor family.
there's been cold cases solved 30 years later, 40 years later,
Right.
but
Yeah,
still,
I mean, and unless Kenny is involved and
yeah,
finally just can't take the guilt and comes forward, yeah, because Carol's never going to.
right,
Never, ever going to. And if Harold knows he's not going to give it up, what happened unless they get divorced or something.
right. Good
Because
morning,
if,
Pamela. Go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, I kind of wonder too if Harold and Carol, I've kind of thought of different things. Harold and Carol were together and he could know
Yeah,
because she offed him to move on because Harold was like, I wouldn't leave you. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do that. I'm probably wrong, but that's a possibility that she went ahead and got rid of
yeah,
Dawn because Harold absolutely was in love with her. And because she did that before, the other guy, I don't know how he was, but the other
yeah.
guy, she got with Dawn. I mean, why not cheat again? I was
Right.
thinking that too. And
They
that could be some
supposedly
of the
met it.
weird underlying,
They
that could be
supposedly
the
met
weird
at some
underlying
event.
thing.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
Max said he would
I
like to
just
know
wonder.
about her adolescent years. That would be interesting.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to take my earbuds out. Hold on.
You there?
Well, that didn't work. I don't think that worked.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. It did work. Yay. Am I less robot-y now?
Yeah, you was fine before though. It just happened like that one time. First couple times bad, but it's good now.
Okay. I just thought maybe it was my earbuds, so I was taking them out because I can just do
Yeah,
this. It's fine.
yeah.
I can still hear you, so it's good. But
Um,
no, I just wondered if possibly Carol and Harold got together in that time period and she offed Dawn because if she would have divorced Dawn, she wouldn't have got that money. But offed him and then moved on to Harold. Now that's completely speculative. I have, I mean, all of this is, but it's just, it would account for some of that weird relationship feeling that I saw, that they're trying
yeah,
to be this couple on there, but it's not really that way.
yeah. I think
I
he
think
loves
probably for
her.
Harold it is, not her.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't
he
think
seems like a
I
pretty
don't
good
think
guy.
she Yeah, he seems like a good person. She no. And I don't think she loves anybody
No,
except
she
for her
don't.
money.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
she don't love
Now,
nobody.
I wanted to believe, sister, I wanted to believe that interview with that lady, but I just, fortunately, I just didn't. I think I also felt like she wanted attention. And that again has to do with dealing with people like her in the
Right.
last 2 years. I never thought people would, I was naive about this stuff. I never thought people would come on YouTube craving attention. And I saw
Uh,
it
I
so
know.
many times in 2 years that I felt it from that lady. There was something where he said, I'm sure you're getting a lot of it wasn't attention, but a lot of questions and people coming at you about this. And it was the way she laughed and respond to it that told me she enjoyed it. It
Right.
wasn't painful to her. It was fun to her. That struck me as weird. Because why would that be fun if people are coming at you asking if your ex-husband murdered this guy, unless you're just revenge filled? You know,
Yeah.
it was weird.
I kind of
And
have
think
this
about that.
feeling that Harold is totally brainwashed and thinks that Carol can do no wrong. Some reason I have that feeling, but I could be wrong. He could have totally know what went on. They could have totally been having an affair. Sorry, guys, I'm lighting an incense. I burn incense constantly. I love them.
I hope he's brainwashed. I really hope he is.
Me
I
too.
don't want Harold to have been involved.
I
Because and if she
like
did it
that.
legitimately,
No.
well, she did it legitimately without him all on her own. I don't think she would tell.
I don't think
I
she would
really
tell him
don't think
either.
she'd tell people.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. I don't think she'd
No.
tell anybody.
No.
Sociopaths are really good at covering themselves. Psychopath, no. She'd be telling everybody she'd get in trouble for it. Sociopaths, pretty slick. That's why they get away. That's those women that this is what I thought, that murder this husband and this, and like they poison this one, they do this one. And it takes a long time for anyone to even realize, wait a minute, she's not really awesome like she acts she is, and calm and kind and sweet to people. She's the one murdering them. She's poisoning them. She's giving them something for a heart attack. All this weird stuff. You think there's a lot of those people that come, and it takes a long time for people to figure them out. Like lifetimes of it. It's crazy.
It does.
So, yeah, I
Well,
don't know,
sister, maybe we can pick up this chat tomorrow. I'll go back and watch those videos. My stinking hubby just came home. My dogs are going to go crazy.
Oh, Lord, we got to get started on homeschool here, or distance learning, sorry, because of school being out. Yeah, it's brutal daily.
I hear my rooster. I had to come out on the porch. They didn't seem to bark too bad. But yeah, I'm going to go back and watch that video and take some notes, and we'll discuss it on another stream. You have a good day, and thanks for coming up.
You too.
Okay. Bye, sweetie.
So welcome. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks, chat, for chatting today. And welcome, Emily. Thanks for joining the channel membership. Y'all have a good day, and I will see y'all in the morning. Be kind. Peace. Bluebell, I didn't see you, hon. Hey, hon.